So this controversy that's going on, when you signed on to do Dancing with the Stars,
right.
did you must have known, wow, some people are gonna have a problem with
yeah,
this.
of course I did, but I really didn't expect this, to be honest. I mean, I thought, of course, there are going to be people that are going to have a problem, but it kind of got bigger than.
Right, because people already, they just really don't understand, and I don't know how anyone could understand, because
right.
unless you actually are feeling that way, that you are not in the right.
Yeah.
How do you explain that to somebody? They don't understand.
I try to really explain that there's like two components to gender, and that is your physical sex, and then your the gender of your brain, of how you feel. And that for most people, those two things are connected, so you don't even think about it.
Right.
You just assume if you're a boy, you feel like you're supposed to feel like a boy, and a girl's supposed to feel like a girl.
Right.
But for some people, that's just not the case, and that's what being transgender is. And so we transition so that we can make our, our gender identity, our gender in our brain match our physical bodies.
Right. I have to say, we have to take a break, but I have to say, one thing I don't understand, people saying, because they're calling for boycotts of the show,
Right.
and there are people just up in arms because they think that it's dangerous for children to see you. Anyone who thinks that someone's watching the show going, hey, I should maybe change my sex.
Right.
That actually seems like a good idea to me, to go through a major surgery, a major operation, take hormones, change my whole life, because society is so embracing of it. I think that's a great idea. Thanks for being on the Dancing with the Stars show, Chaz, because, I mean, how anyone could think that you're going to influence anyone is, and then one more thing, because I of course am so upset about the bullying that goes on in schools. And until we take responsibility for how adults treat one another, until we see that we are doing the same thing we're asking kids not to do at school, politicians do it, adults do it, to say that he's different and he's wrong and to try to make something of it is shame on us for doing that, and be an example for kids, because that's not,